Hey guys, so this video is just a horrible mess. Hello YouTube! Welcome back to the Every Closet. My name is Stephanie, and along with my partner Ethan, we are two full-time resellers of used clothing on places like Poshmark and eBay. So if you hate regular work and you want to start entrepreneurial work, this might be a fun place to start. Hit subscribe down below to join us on this journey, and otherwise let's get straight into today's video. Today's video will be an amalgam of what was supposed to be two videos. You will see a cut, and I will go back in time and change my outfit, and that will indicate that we are in the past when I filmed the What Sold video for the third week of April. But now that we're a few days into May, I figure it's late enough and I should film the fourth week, and we'll just put them together in one video using movie magic, and then we can go over things like the April totals and notable sales and things like that. I'm still just going over notable sales, meaning sales that I find interesting, either that they sold well, that I intentionally thrifted them, that they sold for a good dollar amount, or for the opposite reason, that they sold for a notably less amount than I was expecting. So we're going to go over those. And then after we go over each week's sales, we can go over the totals, and then we'll go over a few quick eBay sales and our grand totals for the month from there for the month of April. So I apologize, I've been a bit behind the ball on these videos, so that's why I'm putting them together. I don't want them to be any later past April than they have to be. Right now, let's go over our notable sales from the third week in April, and Ethan, if you could just cut to the past when we filmed that. He says, okay. Let's get into the sales for that week. The first notable sale that we had that week was a New Tags All Saints. The style name is Avofana Francesco. Glitter floral mesh layered midi dress in a size 8. So a New Tags All Saints dress, not surprisingly, sold for over $100. It sold for $108 on our Canadian Closet, giving us around $85 or so that we'll be splitting with the consignment client who graciously gave us a New Tags All Saints dress. The next kind of notable sale was just $10, but it was this Looney Tunes Tweety Bird white and yellow graphic crop tank top. We got this in those really cool $10 bags. $10 is about the max I expected from this, but I wanted to list it anyway because it was really small, really easy to list, and because we got it in those $10 bags, so it was at this point no cost to us. So yeah, that sold for $10. We got 6, and I think that's a pretty good deal for the amount of effort it took to list something so tiny. Next was a Wilfred Free black maxi skirt with a side slit in a size small. This only sold for $21 on the Canadian Closet, giving us around $16 to split with our consignment client. I just wanted to note this because I could see someone paying up to $15 for this in a thrift store, and I would advise against that. You want to be careful paying up for Aritzia items unless they're very new, very trendy, made of something like silk or merino wool. I wouldn't pay up for them. I would always pick them up if they're $1, $2, $3, but I wouldn't pay up for most Aritzia pieces. Next was a bundle. I'll click into it. It was a New Tags Spanx Suit Your Fancy black one-piece cat suit and a size small, and a small pear-shaped gemstone clip-on, like it's just a little tiny gemstone that I had priced at $11. But the Spanx was the most of this bundle, and this person offered $55 for the bundle, which I accepted, giving us $43.45. The little pendant was free to us, and the Spanx suit, I got a bunch of these actually. And since they were New Tags, sorry, my cats are being crazy. Since they were New Tags, I picked them all up at a consignment store for $15 each. So this one gave us a like $28 profit, which is awesome and what I'm looking for. Okay, the next notable sale was a New Tags Lululemon Breeze Easy Wrap button cardigan in heathered black. I called it an extra small small. It didn't have a size dot or a size tag still on it. Wait, that can't be right because it's new with tags. Oh, it must have just been, that must have just been the size that Lululemon put, extra small slash small. Ignore me. Anyway, it was new with tags. We got this from one of our consignment clients and it sold for $74, which is about what I expected, giving us $58.46 that we're going to split with her. Yeah, I just highly recommend consignment. That's how I feel about that. Next was a star print denim cowboy hat. This had so much interest. We got this in a $10 bag, but I thought someone in Calgary or someone in Texas wants this stupid hat. Not stupid, amazing hat. Yeah, and it sold for $16, which gave us around $10, which is amazing because we would have got it as part of a $10 bag with more items that we've sold since then, so that's awesome. Okay, so the next item was a bundle of two items. It was a vintage Barbara Sue striped acrylic open cardigan. It's kind of fringe, boho-y, very vintage. And this next item in it was a Pilker on the letterpress, black kick flare hem, ankle length jeans in a size 29. I actually just picked up another pair of these, and so I'm happy this one sold. And this bundle sold for $50, giving me $39. And I got the Barbara Sue cardigan for free. And the Pilgrim and the letterpress jeans I paid $11 for at a consignment store. So nice 20-something dollar profit on that. Next, the last sale of note on Canada in this period, that was a lot, was a Madewell Griff Fatigue Pants cream straight wide leg military style pants. Yikes. And this size 33. So I thought these were super cute and they were a size 33. That's why I picked them up at a consignment store for $15. They sold for $40, giving us $32 or around a $17 profit. I was hoping they'd sell more around the 50, 60 mark, but I'm happy with 40 because they sat for like 3 to 6. I wasn't going to start being picky about that. Yeah, so those are the Canadian sales. Let's go over the notable US ones. We had some really good ones over on the US. So the first sale of note was Articles of Society distressed skinny jeans in a size 30. They sold for $20, and I wanted to note these because I did source these on purpose about a year ago. I thought Articles of Society was like a Bolo brand. It was sold at Nordstrom. I'd just seen it at Nordstrom for how much they were charging, and I thought, oh, this is great. No. So I paid $8 for those jeans. We made $16 after the Posh fees, and so I made an $8 profit. Not what I'm looking for, and I haven't picked up Articles of Society since these jeans. Since when these were a size 30, they were in really good condition. There's nothing wrong with them. It's the brand. The brand was the problem. Next, although that was on US, so I guess we made about a $10 profit. Next was an Aritzia Community Iconic Cape in light gray, extra, extra small cardigan. So I just wanted to note this because I know you probably see it a lot at your thrift. I see this a lot at my thrift. And I don't pick it up anymore, but I sold one for 28 US dollars. So if you see one where a cost of goods makes sense for you, I have a comp here that says you can get 28 US dollars for it. I think the comps are somewhere between 20 and 35 for this cardigan. So if you're at the bins, if you're having a very low cost of goods, I would pick this up. People do still want it, and that wasn't extra, extra small, but I believe I picked this up at Value Village for only $5, so I'm not mad at that profit. It would have been about a $20 profit, but just wanted to make a note because I see this cardigan all the time, and so I figured you guys might too. Next was a bundle of a Coach cross-grain black leather zip wallet and a Talbot's black dress pants in a size 14. This bundle sold for $50 US, giving us 40 US dollars. And the Coach wallet came from one of our consignment clients, and the Talbot's pants were free to us. So we'll just be splitting the cost of this bundle essentially with that consignment client because the Talbot's pants are not worth anything to me. Next was a Lululemon Back in Action short sleeve tie back tee in heathered black. This is a fairly recent style, I think 2017 or later. And it sold for its full asking price of $45, which is why I wanted to mention it. So we have 36 US dollars to split with the consignment client who gave us that. So make sure you're looking into when your Lululemon items were released, and if it's recent enough, then I would pick it up. Next was a Lululemon Pace Rival skirt 2 in black Swift Ultra in a size 6. This came from that same consignment client, and it sold for its full asking price of $45 as well. So I was really happy with these two sales, both single sales. And so again, we have 36 US dollars that we're going to split with her. Next was a Gucci brown leather credit card holder, slim mini, made in Italy. This was just a little credit card holder slip, something you'd put in a wallet, not a wallet. If I had a Gucci wallet, I would have sold it for more. But I listed this at around $150 because I was like, I have no idea what someone would pay for this because it's Gucci, but it's this tiny insignificant thing. So someone sent me an offer for 75 US dollars, and I thought that seems fair to me. It might be a little bit under comps, but I'm not super worried about it because again, it's just so like insubstantial. So we make 60 US dollars that we'll be splitting with the consignment client who gave us that. Next was a Reigning Champ mid-weight gray striped jersey cotton t-shirt in a size extra large. This sold for 20 US dollars. I wanted to mention this because this would be worth picking up if you see it at the bins for sure. And Reigning Champ is kind of like a streetwear brand. This was just a plain gray t-shirt too. So the fact that it sold for $20 is pretty good. And we got it for free, which makes it very good at like 16 US dollar profit. So that's amazing. Next was a Nuitags Brooks Brothers brown plaid pencil skirt, merino lamb's wool size 10. I think Nuitags helped this, the merino wool, the lamb's wool, size 10. So many things were going for this skirt, but it did sell for 79 US dollars, which is amazing. Brooks Brothers retails, as you might know, for an arm and a leg, but it doesn't always hold that resale value. Being Nuitags helps it because then it says right on the tag that they were charging an arm and a leg for this, and you're getting a great discount. Anyway, we made $63.20 US, which we will be splitting with the consignment client who gave us that. Next, I wanted to mention this sale because it's just a very plain, simple sale. So it was a Thomas Sabo silver chain necklace with no pendant. It was just a silver chain necklace, no pendant, just the chain in a bundle by itself. And it was also kind of in okay condition, like it had some tarnishing on the silver, which does mean it's real silver, but still. And so anyway, it sold for 21 US dollars by itself, and I thought that was amazing that someone not only bought this, but paid that much for it. So we have 17 or so US dollars that we can split with a consignment client who gave us all that Thomas Sabo, and I bet she'd be surprised to know that just this chain by itself sold, and all the other Thomas Sabo jewelry sold really well. So definitely be on the lookout for Thomas Sabo if you are sourcing jewelry. He writes his whole name out on everything, so it will just say Thomas Sabo somewhere on it. Next is another Sid Dickens style. God, I love selling Sid Dickens styles. Huge bolo in the home goods section if you find it. It was the Sid Dickens Labyrinth tile, which is retired, as almost all the ones we have are. In a maze geometric pattern. This sold for 126 US dollars, which is, if you remember, $5 more than it sells in Canadian. So these retail for 121 Canadian dollars. It's a Vancouver-based potter, designer, artist. Anyway, we have 100 US dollars to split with that consignment client, which I'm very excited for. Next was an All Saints Riviera Shade 100% silk ruche dress. This sold for $53 US. I had this listed, I think, a bit too high for a long time. I had it over 100, but it sold for $53. I must have sent that offer. Yes, it sold for $53, and our earnings from that are $42.40 in US dollars. We paid 20 Canadian dollars for this at a consignment store, so we made our $20 profit around 25, 28. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, I thought when I picked this up that this would have been a bit of a bigger profit because it's 100% silk and everything. But I am happy that it went for the benchmark profit that we are looking for. Next was a Coach Nomad glove-tanned white leather hobo bag. I love selling these. I want 80 more of them to sell. This one was also in really great condition. It sold for 120 US dollars, giving us around, okay, what did it give us? 96 US dollars to split with that consignment client. I think she'll be really happy at the end of this month. A lot of her Coach bags sold this month and a lot of her other stuff. So we're going to be giving her a huge payout at the end of the month, just like last month. And we're really grateful to her for all these consignment items. And then the last notable sale was another Sid Dickens style. It was the Peony Retired from 2003 Spring Collection flower. Yeah, it was called Peony. Anyway, this one sold for $128, giving us $100.68 to split with that same consignment client. And I think that she doesn't know the breakdown because she doesn't ask for it. But if she did know the breakdown, I think she'd be really impressed to see that those are selling for more than retail price. Those were all the notable sales of the week. Let's go over some totals. The US closet outperformed Canada again, giving us 720 US dollars, which when you convert it to Canadian is 900 Canadian dollars. Not a bad week on US. Not great on Canada. We did 512 Canadian dollars on Canada. So when you add those both together, that is $1,412 in Canadian dollars, which we are Canadian. Thus, that is how we count. Not a bad week, not a great week. It's really hard for me to be mad at any of these numbers knowing how little I've listed this month. I tend to like list a lot and then not, and list a lot and then not. And our growth used to go up kind of like stepwise as our closet was just growing. And I think we've gained the traction now where the amount of work I put into the business is the amount of sales I get out. So that's a great lesson for me and a great lesson for you guys too. I filmed the intro and then I started almost on the first item for the fourth week, and then some plumbers knocked at our door and came in for a while, and then I just straight up didn't finish filming yesterday. So now it's May 6th, and I still need to get this video out. So we're going to go over the notable sales from week 4, like I just said, probably. The first sale that was notable because I would never have picked it up. It's a Reitman's chambray button-down top in a plus size 18. And it sold for $20, giving us $16 Canadian. This is the Canadian closet we're starting with, to split with our consignment client. And that's honestly more than I ever expect from, it's like really bright. Ugh. That gave us $16 to split with our consignment client, and that's more than I would usually expect from Reitman's, so that's great. Next was the Lululemon Express Yourself Gray Waterfall Cardigan. It sold for $48. That left us with $37.92 after posh fees and a $26 profit after you subtract our somewhere just under $12 cost of goods. We got that from Value Village. Next was a pair of TNA Heroic green cargo joggers in a size small. It's sold on an offer to Liker for $36, giving us $24.48 to split with one of our lovely consignment clients. Next was a Wilfred Ophelia dress. This sold only a few days after listing it. I'm not surprised. It's a gorgeous dress. It's orange and it's very lacy and like gorgeous, and like a maxi dress too. So it sold for $68, and we got from that $50 that we will then split with that same consignment client. Next was a Mage Ramette linen dress. It's a mini dress with long sleeves and it's in a dark burnt orangey shade. It sold for only $60. I took a lower offer on this because sales have been fairly slow throughout April and now we're in May and they're still pretty slow. So I'm accepting offers. So after the Posh fees, we made $48 from that, and we paid $26 for this at a consignment store. So we only just made our $20 profit. I'm not thrilled with that, but like I said, if we were making that minimum profit, I'm gonna accept offers if they're coming because I'm just grateful any came at all. But yeah, I do think that could have gone for more. Next is a pair of Michael Kors calf hair leopard print pumps in a size 6.5. These sold very quick, only a week or two after they were listed, and they sold for $60, giving us $48 to again split with our consignment client. And knowing that that was from her, they were a size 6.5. So I was really impressed with those. Next was a pair of jeans by the Great in all caps. This is a great brand to pick up. It does pretty well in our closet. These were the Mr. Slouch boyfriend fit jeans in a size 27. They sold for $50, giving us $39.50. And we paid $18 for those at a Value Village. I paid up for those. I wasn't worried about it. So that gave us a $21 profit, which was right on track with why I picked them up. The next sale was a pair of Tory Burch Amanda wedge heels. These sold for a very impressive $98. And they sold again very quickly. And it was from that same consignment client. So they were a size 6.5 again. That left us with $77 in revenue to split with that consignment client. So those were great to have. We've had a few pair of Tory Burch heels so far, and I would say what I've learned from having a few is that you really want the Tory Burch logo to be prominent on the top of them or on like on the toe. We had a pair of plain just red ones, and the logo was very small and on the back, and they sat forever. These ones with the very prominent logo sold so quickly and for $100. So that was awesome. Next was a great bundle. It was a bundle of two Aritzia pants, both from Babaton. The linen Arrow pant in green and the Cohen pant in a dark maroon shade. They sold together for $90, giving us $67 to split again with that same consignment client. She had a good April. Next, we got a $40 offer on this gray Ami Paris, which is by Alexander Matidusi. Pronunciation. It's like a high-end Parisian streetwear brand. It's a smiley face crew neck sweatshirt. If you remember, we sold the black one, I believe, for $75 or $80. But sadly, when I got this offer, I had to take it because I needed to make sales happen again. It was a rough last few weeks of April. It's been a slow 3 weeks. Yes, this was a probably notably bad sale though because we got $32 from that and we paid whatever 30% off was on $30 price that it was at Value Village. So a very scant profit on that one, $5 to $8 maybe. I still stand by picking it up because the other one did sell for what I was expecting, but I ordinarily I would have held out longer, but I needed to liquidate some clothes. Next was the second of these, and I bought 5 of these Spanx Suit Your Fancy New Tags cat suits. We got these at a consignment store. We got 5 of them for $15 each. The tag price says $98. That's why I paid up for them. This one sold for $50, giving us $40 in our take home. And so that's a $25 profit for just this one. And I only had to take pictures once. So I'm very happy with this. And we have 3 left to go. So if you want one, act quickly as they are selling. Next was a consignment item, a pair of men's G-Star Raw. I can't say that brand. Gray jeans. These are shaped very weird. They're like kind of out and then in. When you don't have them on, they look weird like that, but people like them. So happy. They did sell in under a week again, and for our full asking price of $75, which gave us $59.25 to split with our consignment client. I would often, if not always, recommend picking up G-Star if you see it at the thrift. Next was this was the best sale of the week. It was this gorgeous package brown wool trench coat with leather accents and waist belt. Holy crap, this took 11 months to move. I don't know why. Ugh. But when it did, I was very happy with it. We paid $70 for this when we got it at a consignment store. It finally sold for $184, leaving us with $141 after Posh fees or a $71 profit. So I was very happy to double my money there, given that my money was $70. It's not quite the $100 profit that I was expecting when I bought it, but it's definitely more than good enough for me, especially in a slow time like right now. Okay, let's now go over the US closet sales. I will say that the US closet was even slower, so I've tried to pick a few sales, but there's not that many of them that were great in my opinion. We kind of scraped by with a lot of like $15, $12 sales. It was not the best week on US, the fourth week of April. I don't know why, and I'm not gonna guess because I don't think that that's productive. So, I have been listing a lot in May. I very much plan to change that, and let's freaking get this bread. Let's go over the sales. So the first notable sale was a Faithful the Brand white bathing suit. It was new with tags. This was the Phoebe one piece in a size small, and it sold for $50. So we got 40 US dollars from that, giving us something like 46 or so Canadian, and that gave us a $28 profit. Honestly, I had this listed way higher because it was new with tags, but when I got this offer, I checked comps again and they just didn't support it going for much more than that, so I accepted this offer and didn't have an issue with it. Next was a pair of Adriano Goldschmied AG Angel bootcut jeans. These were also new with tags, which was great. And I got them for only $10 at a consignment store. They sold for 72 US dollars, which is awesome, giving us something approximately like $55 Canadian in profit. Um, Amazing, very pleased. These did take about 6 to 8 weeks to sell, but that's totally normal for our closet. Next is a pair of American Eagle Next Level Stretch men's jeans in a size 31 by 32. These sold for 28 US dollars, and I think this is a notable sale because this is our first item to sell from the bin. I think you saw these in one of our bin hauls. Therefore, the cost of goods was around $2.15 Canadian. We get around $25 Canadian in profit from that, which is exactly what I wanted to flip most of these items into. So went as expected, and it sold pretty quickly. So I'm very pleased about that. The last notable sale was notable because I adored it, and also because it was only Zara, but it sold for 40 US dollars. So this is actually a girls Zara collection sweater, so like ages 12 to 14 or whatever, but it was a size large in junior sizing and it fit me, so it was like clearly more like a anyone size large, which is what I listed it as under women's. And this is a blogger favorite. It has Barbie written all over it. Basically, I got this at a consignment store. I paid $15 for it. I wore it a bunch of times. I really enjoyed it. Also notably, this had a bunch of color transfer of the pink color onto the white. So there was a lot of significant like spots with pink on white where it wasn't supposed to be, and a lot of pilling as well. And again, it still sold for 40 US dollars. So I believe this sold so well because I could find a few photos of people like bloggers wearing it. So I called it a blogger favorite. And I also believe that it's a little Y2K reminiscent with the Barbie all over it. I got that for $15. We sold it for 40 US, giving us around a $17 or $20 Canadian profit. And I do not regret one single cent of that. So that week added up with all the previous weeks of April. Let's go over the full totals for Poshmark. The US closet, this is my kitty, he's here. After Posh fees on the US closet was 2,667 Canadian dollars, and on the Canadian closet was $2,575. That's for all of April, so giving us a grand total after Posh fees of $5,242. But we also had 6 sales on eBay, which I believe is a record for us. Um, Not much on eBay was notable. It was a lot of lower end items selling around $20 or less. The only exception is we sold two Sid Dickens tiles, which I've talked about before. One we sold for $150, which was great, and the other one we sold for $75, which was half. But I was happy with both sales, especially because, as I've mentioned before, they retail for 121 Canadian dollars. We add up our take home from all the eBay sales in April's minus just a ridiculous amount of math from the conversions and shipping and etc. of eBay. We brought in approximately $235 more dollars from eBay. We also had a few small hard goods sold on Facebook Marketplace, bringing our month of April to a grand total of $5,689, which is okay. It's meh. It's pretty slow, actually, honestly. I'm currently working hard to make it more. I'm not upset about it. I'm not thrilled about it. It's just kind of, it's where I would expect our sales to be as a baseline. And I would like to be hitting more in that 6, 7, 8 range now. I'm hoping to be hitting 10,000 a month by the end of the year. So I want to get towards that goal. But that's how I always feel. And I should be grateful for the big number that is, because I remember a few months ago I would have been thrilled with it. So I'm trying not to take it for granted. I'm very grateful for it. But I'm also cognizant of the fact that, we have expenses and stuff and we're paying two of us, right? So I want to up that. And we will be doing that. So I'll continue to let you guys in on how it's going. I will soon be filming the first week of May because that is over tomorrow. And there won't be a ton of sales from that week. I'll tell you that now. But spoilers. But I am determined that the second week of May and forward are going to be just great. They're going to be awesome. I can feel it. So you guys have an awesome day. Have an awesome May. And I'll see you guys soon. I want it to end.